Hey guys, Kristine Mirelle here, and today I'm going to be talking to you about 4 things that a music lawyer does and why you need one. Let's go. So this is a common question. Artists always go, what does a music lawyer do? I don't need one of those. There's a lot of money to make in the music industry. Whether you're an independent, whether you're a major, there are so many ways to generate income, and there are a lot of bad deals and a lot of people that don't get their fair share because they didn't get proper representation. They don't know enough about the business side of music. And guys, remember this. If you're trying to do music as an artist, it's still the music business. So right now I'm going to go over 4 things that an entertainment lawyer does. 1, an entertainment lawyer is going to review any contracts that you have in front of you. So if you are getting into a binding agreement with anybody, it could be a manager, a producer, you could be signing a production deal, you could be signing a publishing deal, you could be signing a singles deal, an album deal to a record label, it doesn't matter. Never, ever, ever sign a binding agreement without having a lawyer review it and go over this, because this is your life, this is your livelihood, these are all your creations. You need to make sure that you're protected. And as well, sometimes I meet artists who think that they're entitled to more than what they're supposed to be given. So it's also important for you to know, hey, as an artist, this is reasonable for me to ask for this, and this is standard, because at the same time, you want to educate yourself and know, hey, what's the typical, split, or what is an artist typically given, that sort of thing. That's always really important for you to educate yourself. So not only are you protected, but you also understand, hey, what's fair? So that you know what to ask for in the future as well. So apart from reviewing contracts, they can negotiate for you on your behalf too. So for example, in a lot of cases, if you're signing a publishing deal or a record deal, they'll give you an advance. And if you let, the lawyer know, hey, I would like a little bit more, then they can try to negotiate more for you. Or if you're someone who wants more ownership of your songs, ownership of certain types of royalties or whatever it is, they can represent you on behalf of what your goals are and what you're looking for, because every artist is very different in what they're looking for. 2, not only are they going to review these contracts, but a lot of lawyers, because the music business is so intertwined, right? Managers know record labels, who know A&Rs, who know producers, who know, publishing companies, who work with lawyers. I mean, everybody works with each other, right? So a lot of lawyers actually shop deals for artists. So if a lawyer liked your music, they could actually take your project and take it to certain record labels and try to get you a deal. A lot of artists don't know that, but a lot of lawyers will go out and actually shop deals for you. So they can actually be like a really great option. So they can help you get, a licensing deal. They can help you, get, publishing deal. They can help you get a record deal. They can shop all your stuff, and they can make sure that your contracts are all written out. They can negotiate on your behalf. They can do all of these things. And what's amazing is they focus on all the legalities. They know their stuff when it comes to legally how to protect you, legally how to make sure that you're represented. 3, they'll help you figure out a lot of the structure of your business as well. I mean, one thing that you can think about is, let's say you're a band and you all came up with the name. Okay, who owns the name? Who owns percentages of the name? Or you're a band and you've been writing and producing music together. Maybe you need to figure out who owns, the ownership of the song. So there's a lot of structural things. Always think about your music as a business. Just if you were opening a restaurant, would you just open a restaurant with someone and never designate, hey, you own half, I own half? You would never do that. You would never, start a business and not have a structure as to how, once you start profiting and making money, how that's going to be distributed. It's the same thing with music. If you have a band, you definitely need to have that conversation on how everything's distributed. Who owns the name? Also the songs, because whoever's writing and producing them might be different. You might have a lead singer that's not writing or producing anything, and they need to know that, hey, they're not going to own publishing. Apart from that, if you're not even a band, if you're just a singer or a songwriter or a producer, but you're working with other artists, that's also a very big thing that you have to have in order. You have to know who owns what. Is someone paying someone an upfront fee? Are you just working together with no, there's no fee going on, but we're going to split, XYZ? Who owns the masters? There's a lot of really key things that are very different that are really important to have a conversation with your lawyer, and really important for you to have a conversation with whoever you're working with. And if you've ever heard that whole saying, you don't know what you don't know, well, some of you guys don't even know what masters are, or you don't know what publishing is. So you wouldn't even know to ask that question to somebody you're working with. So that's why it's important, where if you're really taking this seriously and you're going to work with some really awesome people in the business, it's really good to have a lawyer help you structure all of this stuff out. And last, number 4, They're going to help you protect your intellectual property rights, your copyrights, like how to make sure that your music is your music. If you created something, you want to make sure that it's protected. You don't want anybody to steal your music because that would be the worst feeling in the whole world. So you want to make sure that you have everything in place to protect you, to protect your rights, to protect your creative works, because those are like our little babies. Some people have real babies. I have a real baby, but my songs are also my babies. And so you want to make sure that you have taken care of that. You've taken care of splits and who owns what and who owns that. Now, what do lawyers cost? Lawyers can cost anywhere from $100 to like $1,000 an hour, depending on who it is. You are paying for someone who went to law school. They studied this stuff. You are getting very, very specialized knowledge and protection. It's very important. Again, if you have something, a binding agreement in front of you, something very, that can bind you in an agreement for years, or can, someone would take ownership of your songs or whatever it is, it's very important to have someone review that, because you want to make sure that you have, all your T's crossed and your I's dotted, and make sure that you've discussed everything that you need to discuss. Now, I have 2 tips. If you don't have money to pay for a lawyer, but you need one, there's an awesome organization called VLANY.com. I don't know what it stands for. It's Volunteer Lawyers, maybe Association, something like that. VLANY.com, where you can actually go on there. There's volunteer lawyers. There's certain things, just go through all of it. There's a lot of cool resources on there. So if you're looking for that, that's really awesome. The second thing is, if you are an artist who, maybe you're looking for a lawyer to represent you and maybe shop a deal for you. You want to find someone that believes in you. Something that you can actually do as well is contact lawyers and send them your EPK, send them your music, and send them, your short bio, a nice little email that shows them who you are. Because if a lawyer hears your music and they take a look at it and they go, hey, I actually like this artist, I would like to represent this artist, a lot of them won't charge you. What they'll do instead is they'll take a percentage of your signing bonus, or a percentage of, other things. They'll negotiate with you on that. But what they'll do is, if they get you signed to a record label, they'll take a percentage of, that deal. So they'll get paid. That's how they get paid. So if they feel confident in you, they feel confident in you as an artist, they may just take you on and actually not charge anything from you. So that could be a good option as well to explore, if that's something that you're wanting to do, or if you're wanting to sign a publishing deal or do anything like that. Those are awesome opportunities. Send all your stuff to multiple lawyers, and if you just find one good lawyer could absolutely change your life, get you a great publishing deal, record deal, or production deal. They can negotiate and shop a lot of things on your behalf and make sure that you're in a good situation, make sure that you're protected, make sure that your contracts are all taken care of, while also helping you reach your end goal. So how do you get a lawyer? What you can do is you can Google. So if you're looking for lawyers in a certain state, you're in Georgia, you can Google entertainment lawyers in Georgia. You can go to their websites. A lot of them have LinkedIn's. A lot of them have websites to the law firms. A lot of them have phone numbers and emails. Put the time into it, because like I've mentioned before, if you can find one lawyer to represent you, they can protect you. They can help you with your contracts. They can shop you a deal. They can help you get to your destination, your end goal, if they really believe in what you have to offer. Or you can just find a really great lawyer that you hire to look over your paperwork and to advise you. And that's an amazing option too. So no matter what, whichever route that you're going down, I would definitely recommend it. Now, if you're looking for a really fast way to find a lot of lawyers and to find a lot of people that you can send your music out to, or you want to, pitch your music and your EPK to a lot of people at once, but you don't want to do the work, you don't want to sit there and Google and try to find it and all that, I have put together a resource of thousands of lawyers, publishing companies, record label A&Rs. These are the people that go seek out talent and get them signed to record labels, and record label contacts, so that you can actually contact them directly. So I have all of their available contact information. It's like a little under 2,000 of these lawyers and publishing companies and record labels and all these sort of things, managers as well. These are all really key people that you need on your team. I have that list in the description. So if you don't want to do the work, I've told you the fast way. I've told you the slow way. You can do it on Google, and you can do it. It's not going to, cost you a thing, but a lot of your time, lots and lots of your time. I'm talking hours and hours and hours of your time. You can do it that way. I've also made this resource so that I've done all the work for you, so you can save like a zillion hours and you can just send your information. Also check below. I have links to how to make an EPK so that you make sure that you look amazing and that you have a really great digital resume whenever you're reaching out to them. You don't want to skip this. If you don't have an EPK, you need to make one. Check that link below as well. All right, I'm Kristine Mirelle. That was 4 things that an entertainment lawyer does. Leave a comment below, make sure to like it, and subscribe, because I'm always posting lots of important, useful tips and tricks to help you navigate through the music industry. Adios.